Hello, welcome to our Jump the STEM podcast. I'm here with Manning Whitby, and he is the second participant from Canada I'm interviewing today. So it's a pleasure to talk to him because if you know, guys, Canada Science Fair is actually huge. There were around like 20,000 participants.
In all of Canada, we had 25,000 go to our regional fairs, but just for our national fair, it was condensed down to, I think, 500 students.
That's like a massive competition, so I'm really interested to hear more about the project that was outstanding to the judges, and that's here for a reason. So could you expand on that?
Yeah, so the work that I conducted was a research focused on improving the quality of life for visually impaired individuals, and how I did this was by designing an advanced electronic travel aid. Okay, I have it there if you want me to wear it.
Yes, for sure. Wow. This looks fancy.
Yeah, so this is an advanced electronic travel aid for the blind and low vision, and what this does is it aims to provide those users with greater spatial perception. And the reason why this is so important is because the tools available today for the blind and visually impaired are limiting and do not provide them all the information they need. As a result, they're limited to how many environments they can navigate. They don't tend to explore, as it can be very disorientating and stressful. And so the solution I've designed aims to empower the community, the blind and visually impaired community, by giving them the freedom and the independence to travel the environments they know and to go and explore the world around with greater confidence and security.
Yes, and actually to broaden the space where they move and just to better their lifestyle.
Exactly, you got it.
Absolutely. So I'm interested in the mechanics. I see a lot of wires going down here. I think it's not just solely for the purpose of design.
So what you see here, there are two parts to the system. There's the collection system and the communication system. So the collection system right here measures and gathers information from the environment. Then this information is then communicated to the user through vibrations. So similar to a backup camera, the closer I get to an obstacle, the more intense these will vibrate. But not only does it give you information about depth, but also location. For example, if I was walking in this direction, because you're on the left of me, I'd feel the vibrations on the left.
Oh, I see. So the intensity of the pulses increases as you move closer to the object.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. And what's the mechanical background? How did you program the system? How did it work in your experimental settings?
So we're using a TNC 3.6 microcontroller that runs the same IDE as an Arduino. The only benefit to the TNC is that it's a much smaller system, has more GPI opens, faster processing, all around benefits. And what you see here are ultrasonic sensors and LiDAR, so sound and light.
Absolutely, this sounds awesome. And when I look at a product, I always think about it like, okay, this is awesome, but I think you want to move it into being commercialized. Do you have plans like
Yeah,
this?
so currently I'm incorporated. My company is IncoNav, INCONAV.
Yeah, just get the plug, guys. Go on that website.
So the direction we see taking is that minimize size indefinitely. So the challenges with this is that not a lot of blind individuals like to wear something bulky. So the next step is minimize that size and actually make it something as convenient as your smartphone. Just like you throw it on, you just wear it every day. The wires you see right here are just for the prototype, but the next step is to have something sewn into the fabric. So you see, this is a stretchy fabric. It's supposed to be worn underneath your clothing. So you put this on, and then you put on your daily clothes, and this is just like something you're comfortable with. Yeah.
It kind of resembles the material swimmers wear. That's like really light on their skin, but also like the wires can attach to it as well.
Exactly.
That sounds awesome. So what's been the judges' response so far? I guess they like the idea. What's your overall experience like?
They're very interested to understand the future potential of the device, as I constantly try to explain to the judges that the research that you see here is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more that's going on behind the scenes right now that is not just ready to be presented. So I'm very interested to kind of show what's next.
If we're talking about what's next, what are your future plans?
Get this on the market. I have an expectation of about a year and a half to 3 years. Get this certified safety, marketing all finished in terms of bringing attention to the community that such a solution exists. Yep.
And actually like transmitting the information, because it is power, and that's how you will reach people who will benefit from your product for sure.
Yeah.
And lastly, who is one scientist or like one influential person per se you look up to?
As you said, it's a little cliche, but I personally like Elon Musk.
Yes, I just said it because like in the scientific community I interview like guys are like Brendan Matush, like Critic actually are saying like Elon Musk, and undoubtedly he's an influential person now, but actually we've been talking about that you are not solely focused on what he does as like a business, but who he is.
So I don't know, I feel what a lot of people see in Elon Musk is the companies he's designed. Obviously SpaceX, Tesla have all been very impactful to push forward the advent of sustainable energy, all that good stuff. But if you really like look at the interviews and see Elon, it's more of the mind, like whatever he puts to task, like he will be successful. It's more of like what he's doing to be successful, how his mind works, how he's like organizing time. It's just impeccable.
So from Elon Musk tips, have you implemented any of them in your lifestyle?
I mean, I don't really sleep. I go to bed at like 3 a.m. I wake up at 7, 8.
So you're a night owl and an early bird at the same time.
Yeah. You gotta do a lot of work.
Wow. And how have you been coping with that amount of sleep? How have you been coping with that amount of sleep?
Power naps are the key.
I actually heard about this theory, is like out of bloom, but the guy like he also had these very short sleeping sessions, and during the day he had like timed power naps.
Yeah.
That's the one you're doing?
Yeah, so it's a lot of people it's called polyphasic sleep. So your core sleep may be 8 hours, but mine is 4 or 5, but I spread out like 20-minute naps throughout the day too. I still get those like 6-7 hours, but it's just spread out.
Wow. I'm in shock, and you seem fresh, so that might work.
Thank you.
So we've gained a lot of new information, and if you want to go to the website, could you say it again so that they can reach out?
Inconav.com. That's INCONAV.com.
Sounds awesome, and thank you for coming in on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Hello. I'm giving you the check-ins or the literal aftermath, because Manning actually won special award at EUCYS, is the EUROForum's special award from none other than Eurofusion. It includes a 1-week trip to the agency's facility in the UK, and I'm sure Manning will spend a wonderful time there, and congratulations! I also included a link to his website, so make sure to check it out. And even though that we have the visuals, the episodes in audio form are available on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So follow the podcast on the gram as well. And always thank you for taking a few moments of science with us.